Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Kirsten, and of course it's time for my February reading journal setup. I love using my reading journal. I find it so helpful, not just for YouTube, although that is one of the big reasons, but just in general of keeping track of everything, which makes me very surprised that I actually forgot to do one of the spreads in this month's reading journal setup. I couldn't believe it. But we'll get to that as and when it comes up. For now, let's talk about this month's theme. I was very much inspired by some wrapping paper. So for Christmas, one of my presents was wrapped in this adorable polar bear wrapping paper. I absolutely loved it, and I knew that I just had to save it and use it for a spread. And it just works so well for February. Honestly, it's still freezing cold here in England, and I hate the cold weather so much. And so when I realised that I still had this wrapping paper, I also had some more polar bear washi tape, which honestly I'd kind of forgotten that I had. It just worked so well for what I wanted for this month, to have something that was chilly but cute, and I feel I kind of succeeded in that. I'm really happy with this title page. The actual part for where I wrote February, the border is the packaging from the stickers that I am using for this month. So literally everything just worked out so well, and it was nice just to be able to use so many different materials and waste hardly anything. Then we're moving on to my book haul spread. This is so helpful for just tracking all the books that I have acquired throughout the month. It also makes it easier to do my book haul videos for my channel. And then this is where I went wrong. So normally at this point I do my days read spread, and that incorporates a monthly calendar, 2 of them, one for audiobooks, one for physical books, and then I highlight each day that I have read. And I totally forgot. Genuinely, I think that's because of the fact that I didn't pre-pencil out the calendar, and so because there wasn't that prompt for me, I totally forgot about it. In a way, I kind of don't mind, because I won't lie, I would normally forget to do this, and then I would just have to go back and try and remember if I did actually read or listen to a book on those days. But instead, this time I went straight into my TBR game for the month, and I left an extra page blank. Now normally this is for any readathons that I'm taking part in, but this month I've kind of decided not to take part in any of them. I do like readathons, but I much prefer just a week-long readathon. I'm finding that month-long readathons are a bit daunting and stressful, because majority of the time I can't pair up the books that are on my TBR game for it, so it ends up being a ridiculous amount of books I've got to try and read for the month, and with work and everything else, it's just doesn't work. But week-long ones I really enjoy. They're very easy and laid back. So if a week-long readathon comes up for February, I will probably take part if it interests me. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to use it for my extra reads, because I do listen to audiobooks and my TBR game is centered around physical books. I find I end up actually reading probably an extra 4 to 5 books a month because I listen to them. So that would be nice to actually have space for that. This spread is my notes on book spread, and I loved this. This is so helpful, and especially because this journal is much bigger than my previous one, I found it so much better for being able to put all the notes that I want to and just having space for it. I also really like this layout of it, and I think I will reuse this layout. I much prefer it to my January one. It just looks a lot better. And then we're on to my final spreads already, and these are my quotes of the month, book of the month, and statistics of the month. The actual layout for this is inspired by Journal with Chloe. I used it first in my January spread, and I find it really helpful. I really like the space that it gives me for everything, so I'm using it once more. I will admit though, in January I didn't keep up to date with quotes from each book that I was reading. Honestly, there were just times when I was just reading a book and relaxing with it and not really tabbing it up. And I genuinely don't mind that. Like, this is nice to look back on to see what quotes I've really liked, my favourite book of the month, which I will always do. But at the same time, I don't want to pressure myself into making sure that every time I read a book, I have to find a quote for this page, because that just kind of ruins the fun of reading. Also, having these little stats for the pages that I've read and the books that I've read each month is really helpful, and it does make my life a lot easier to actually track what I've been up to. And that's it, a very quick, simple setup this time. I loved this theme. I think it is so adorable, as I've already said. Do let me know if you like this theme, what you've done in your own journal if you have one, and if not, what readathons are you taking part in? Are you taking part in any, or is there just a specific book you're really looking forward to? Like, I don't know, A Court of Silver Flames, which is out this month? Just saying. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. My social media links will be linked below, and I will of course catch you in the next one.